Assalamu alaikum. Myself Talha Saleem, and the topic which I am going to discuss today is single cell protein. First of all, what are single cell proteins? So single cell proteins are the dried biomass or the microbial biomass, and these are the proteins which are obtained from microorganisms, and they can be used as a protein supplement for both humans or animals. The sources of single cell proteins include algae, fungi, yeast, and bacteria. And because these organisms can produce a higher content of protein or a high quality protein, the substrate for these microorganisms include the wood shavings, sawdust, and corns, which are an inexpensive source of microorganisms. The microorganisms basically utilize the carbon and nitrogen and then converts these into a high quality protein which can then be used by both animal and humans. And these single cell proteins are used as fodder for achieving fattening of calves and are also used in breeding of fish and poultry industry. And there are other multiple applications of single cell protein which I will be discussing in the further slides. The sources of single cell proteins include fungi, yeast, algae, and bacteria. And a thing to be noted here that the sources of single cell protein should produce a high quality of protein in a less span of time. So if you are selecting fungi, so that you should also select a certain fungi that can produce a high quality protein if the fungi is taken in a small amount. The production of single cell protein is carried out in the following steps, which include the microbial screening, in which you select the microorganisms that can produce a high quality protein, as I mentioned in the previous slide. The next is the choice of raw material. That is, the raw material should be inexpensive since the single cell proteins are producing at an industrial level, and economic factor is a major key role there. So the raw materials include the vegetable waste or the corn waste or agricultural waste or even sucrose or the other things. Other factors are also used for the production of single cell proteins. The next is the process engineering. In this step, you optimize all the conditions which is necessary for the production of single cell proteins. That is the temperature, pH, and the conditions necessary, and also the substrate, the concentrations, and all the things which later then be applied in the technology development. The technology development is the whole flowchart or the whole procedure of what you are going to do in each steps and how you are going to do in each step. In technology development or in the production, fermentation is basically carried out, and submerged fermentation and other fermentations are also used for the production of single cell protein depending upon the type of the source you have used. The economic consideration is a key role. That is, since the single cell protein, as I told you, that it is being made in at industrial level, so there you should have to be very careful that the process should be enough feasible or process should be enough economic that the industry could support it or the industry could afford the process. So you basically select those raw materials which are inexpensive, or you adapt those procedures or those techniques which are not going to be very expensive. And the last is the safety concerns. That is, the whole procedures of producing the single cell proteins should not pollute the environment or should not harm the process or even the workers which are performing or which are doing the whole experimentations or the whole production process. So this were the whole procedure, basic procedure of producing single cell proteins. The next is the advantages of single cell proteins. Single cell proteins are the source of vitamins, and the dried single cell protein contain 85% content of protein. And since these single cell proteins are being made by the help of microorganisms, so these microorganisms can rapidly divide. So basically, the proteins are also produced at a larger scale at a very short span of time. And also, these microorganisms can be genetically modified, so you can make the amino acid composition at your desired level or on your desired condition. And also that for these microorganisms, the waste material can also be used as a substrate for the production. And the last is that the single cell protein can be produced throughout the hair. That is, here the production is not dependent upon the climatic conditions. Next is the disadvantages of the single cell proteins. If you are taking single cell protein at a high level, or basically if you consume a greater quantity of single cell protein, that can lead to gastrointestinal problems. And also that single cell protein also produces toxins which can cause certain other diseases or or even pollute the environment. The allergic reactions can also be included in case of single cell protein. That is, if your body considers the single cell protein as a foreign invader, so that can lead to the allergic reactions. And also, if taken single cell protein, if taken at a larger quantity, that can lead to gastrointestinal problems, as well as the levels of uric acid can be elevated, and that can also lead to the production of to the development of kidney stones. And also, since I tell you that the production of single cell proteins or the single cell proteins produces toxins, which can also pollute the environment, as well as can cause sensitivity or other skin reactions. And if the single cell proteins are producing for the at a larger scale, and since the production of single cell proteins require a lot of sterility conditions, so that is why the single cell proteins are expensive. The applications of single cell proteins include that it provides an instant energy. So basically these are the advantages, so they provides instant energy. And also these are basically uh, can be one of the application is the medical industry, that they can also be given to the patients to for a better, for healthy eyes or skin, and also as a supplement for protein source. And these are also used in therapeutic and natural medicines. And the third application is the use in cosmetic products. That is, these single cell protein can maintain the quality or the healthy, or can maintain healthy hair. And these are also used in the herbal beauty products, that is bio lipsticks and herbal facial cream. Also there are various other application. I only listed very few of them, like just two or three. So there are multiple applications you can read at various sites. So that's all. So this all were the basics of single cell proteins. And if there are any questions, you can ask in the comment section. And thank you for your attention.